On this song, man?
Yeah, go ahead.
Fine. Well, we don't own the rights to this song, but this joint is tough.
What's going on? This your boy Enoch. I'm here in the flesh with my brother James, aka Ock. This is the Blood Brothers Podcast. Let's go. Father in heaven, thank you for this day. Thank you for this moment. Use us and have your way. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Yo, why you don't say a longer prayer, bro? Because I don't feel like it. But like a lot of people said that they think that you're shortchanging the prayer. Why don't you say a longer prayer?
Because I'm very specific.
Oh,
I get right to the point.
Oh,
I don't need to. I don't need to jump around.
So you don't want to talk in tongues?
Come on, son. Come on.
You don't want to shut up banana?
We're not doing all that. We don't need that.
You don't want a deep rooted prayer, like 30-minute prayer?
See, here's the thing. When you got a real relationship, you ain't got to do all that talking.
Oh, it's calm.
It's calm. It's like,
it's probably like what, your 30th conversation you having for the day?
More than that.
Oh, more than that's like, yeah. All right, well, that's what's up though. All right, well, for all the people that think that he should extend his prayer, let him know. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell him he's not listening though, but it's cool.
Nah, man. What's
Okay.
up?
What?
What's the mission statement, man?
The mission statement is to empower men and become leaders in society under God's law. Consequently, men, women, and children understand the foundations of a real man. That's me and my bro right here. Shouts out to God.
I'm so glad if we had an in-person podcast every episode, like people would get annoyed with us because we really be clowning.
I don't think we would be clowning. I just think that, it would just be a little more jokes, you know what I'm saying? Because we're, by nature, like we're serious about life. We just like to have fun. You know what I mean? It's just
we immature up until it gets real.
Like, nah, that's a fact. Like Kayla was like, yeah, y'all are like high school. Y'all like still in high school, but you're adults.
Yeah, I know.
Like, yeah, we know.
She's like, it's weird because y'all like mad mature, but y'all still kids. I'm listening to your conversation.
Yeah, so
people be thinking we really uptight. Because when we talk about serious topics, but we just don't play with serious topics.
Nah, I think. Listen, man. I think I'm a clown. I mean, I think I'm really a clown. You gotta really. If somebody gets to know me, to be like, oh, nah, you're a real clown. Yeah. But at the same time, it's just that I just don't really like that many people. You know what I'm saying?
Nah. I think they starting to notice that.
Nah.
I think people starting to notice.
I'm gonna be honest. All right, so I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. It's not that I don't like people. Mm-hmm. I just don't like people that play with priorities. So priorities are being a father, being a husband, and being a righteous man. That's dead serious to me. Yeah. I'm not playing when it comes to none of that. If I feel like you lacking in those areas, like I'm just looking at you like you're a clown. Like, what are you doing?
And the funny thing is, like, you'll be having a conversation with people, they think you're joking.
Yeah.
You'll be like, yo, bro, like, you really need to get it together. And they laugh like, yo, you're a clown.
What you mean, my
bro, you look bad. And they be laughing thinking you joking, but you dead. I feel like I'm the only one that know you're serious because everybody think you clown.
Every time it happens. And I'm like, and I be sitting there, I'm like, yo, I maybe I'm messing up. Maybe my approach is bad. Yeah. But when I say it, I don't be laughing. I be saying it from the genuineness of my heart, like, yo, for real, you look bad, son.
I think the thing is, like, most people, they don't receive that all the time. So it's like, you got to be joking. You can't be serious. It's like, there's no way you're serious right now. You're just joking. It's all jokes and fun. No, I'm serious. Like, you really should. You shouldn't look like that.
Like, you shouldn't look like that. I have standards for like how men are supposed to conduct themselves and supposed to look. I think it's very important. And maybe the women could back us on this, but like, don't you want a man that is, I don't want to say you don't gotta be super brolic, but you want to be, comfortable, or your woman feel comfortable.
Look like you're taking care of yourself.
Yeah, you just look healthy, look like you eat a good meal, look like you brush your teeth, look like you shower, stuff like that. That's important, right? Like, listen, I can't express enough. Yeah. This whole, I get it. People, they people like to smoke. I get it. But it's just like, yo, what bothers me is like the black mouth.
Oh my God.
I'm like, yo, because does that ever come back to normal? Like, do your lips ever turn regular color?
I think if you stop, and I know a lot of people, switch what they're smoke, because that tobacco stuff is not healthy for you. I be trying to tell people like this.
You mean
there's
you talking about the L or you okay.
The roll up. I'm like, there's natural way, because at the end of the day, it's a natural herb.
Yeah.
There are natural ways to do it, but people
like
manipulate
a crack pipe.
Yo, bro.
You ever see when they put it in the crack pipe?
It's called a bong, bro.
I thought it was a crack pipe. I swear.
I don't know where this episode is going, bro.
Listen, I mean, you gotta remember. Please don't.
So that crack pipe.
Yo, I thought it was. I swear, I thought they was using a crack pipe.
No, it's called a bong.
All right, whatever it is. Look, I never smoked before, so I'm very inexperienced in this area. So forgive me. All I'm saying is, just look healthy, be healthy, live a healthy lifestyle. Man. I get it. Everybody has their habits. It is what it is. All I'm saying is, if the habit isn't conducive to a healthy life, why continue it? That's what I'm saying. But
what are we talking about today, man?
Listen, at the end of the day, that's your life, and you choose to live it how you want. I'm cool.
Man.
Today's episode, we're gonna talk about happiness and how to sustain it.
Yeah, how to progress and keep going and keep growing.
Yeah, I think I guess we can use my experience today because that helped.
Okay.
So me and my lady got into an argument, right? Just to tell y'all, we're not perfect either.
Yeah,
we argue.
Facts.
And it was something repetitive, and I caught myself because I had to do a little self-reflection, not letting her off the hook as far as her role in it, but more so just looking at it from my aspect of like, you got to make sure you on point too. So, so my wife has this thing where things go really good, right? We have times where things are just so fluent. Everything's just flowing. Like we've been in that groove for a little minute now. So usually when that happens, she loses focus because she's just in such a good spirit, like her mind's in a good place, but she doesn't look to keep that. So my question is always, once you get to that place, don't you want to sustain that place?
Exactly.
Right. That's where I think a lot of people get lost in translation, because it's like, although yes, you got to that happy
things
place.
Are going good, but you got to keep working to stay there.
Exactly.
And I think that's where people don't realize where the things mess up.
Yeah.
It's like things was going so good, and then next thing you know, it just went to crumbles, but not realizing things was going good because you put the work in to get there. But then when you get there, it's almost like, how they say dudes that get to the league, right? For some reason, they just start getting trash.
Oh, because they get the bag.
They get that bag.
Complacent.
They get money, and then it's like, yo, I don't really got how am I supposed to grind when I'm in $1 million crib?
That's true.
It's like I'm comfortable.
That's true.
That's the problem. You get comfortable in that place.
All right. So then I think I'll give y'all what I learned. So for me, I've been working on my patience. I have a very short patience. If you guys don't know, my patience is shot.
Yep.
And it's not on purpose. I mean, just in those areas of life. Like if you're close to me, it's weird because if you're close to me, my patience is short with you.
Yeah.
But if I don't know you, I have a lot of patience with you.
Yeah.
It's mad weird.
Yeah.
Right.
But, it's almost like selective patience.
Yeah, I have selective patience with selective people, especially people I don't know have a lot of patience, but people I do know, I'm very, I'm high strung.
Yeah.
So, but what I learned is, I don't like to isolate situations and just blame. Like that's not, I don't play the blame game.
Yeah.
I do always know that it's a 2-man street. So my wife could do something, but then I have a reaction to it. So I need to figure out what did I do or what I could have did better. So for me, for somebody who's saying, yo, I'm working on my patience, the way I responded to her in that situation, it was uncharacteristic of me.
Okay.
Because I should have had more patience. Although it was a repetitive argument, meaning like we've been through it over and over again. And that's like one of my triggers. If I'm saying I'm working on my patience, I need to hold myself accountable to that word, not what she does. I can't control what she does, but I can control my reaction. So once I realized that, I apologize, because that's what good men do. You acknowledge your flaws, you speak on it, you say it out loud so it's known, and then you move on, right?
And that's I feel like where people's ego get involved.
Oh yeah, too much ego. Too much ego.
Once you let that ego get involved,
Yeah.
you're gonna stick to your guns. Like, nah, I'm not going back and saying I'm sorry for this when you should have been doing this. Even though that person should have been doing something, you still have to acknowledge your fault within that situation.
100%.
Being able to do that, that's where growth comes from. And I think a lot of people just let this pride and ego take control of everything. Like, I was talking to my young boy, and I was like, yo, the Bible is so real that like thugs could understand it.
Yeah, it's very practical.
Like,
a lot of them live by the codes of the
that's
Bible.
what I'm saying.
That's true.
So it's like when the Bible says pride comes before the fall, you can easily see that. Think about somebody that, how many people that's been locked up or killed over something as stupid as he stepped on my shoe or he looked at me crazy.
Yep.
You let your pride get involved, like, yo, who are you looking at? Now you try to go press him, not knowing this dude's crazier than you, and he's strapped, and now you get hit.
Yeah.
Over something that if you could go back, you'd be like, yo, I would have never did that.
That was pointless.
It was pointless, not even worth it.
Yeah, and what it does, it takes you out of your element. So we're talking about being happy, right? You know, we can't tell you how to be happy. Like, we don't know what makes people happy, right? We only can speak from what makes our relationships happy, our friendship happy. So for us, I mean, individually, the reason why our relationship is healthy because we're always improving.
Exactly.
Right. So that makes us have a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
So even if we have conversations, difficult conversations, whatever, it may because I know you're always improving, you know, I'm always improving. It makes the growth so fluent that the relationship grows with the growth. And then we what it is, we're running into, I don't want to say we're running into a roadblock, but our wives are not on it.
Yeah.
Like us.
Yeah. And I see my dad was saying that to me today. He was like, y'all gotta understand, like, y'all have this bubble that
she called it a bubble.
Yeah, she called it a bubble. Literally called it a bubble. It's like you have this bubble, and sometimes you have to come out of it to really understand how people function that don't think like that.
Yeah.
So it's like I was talking the other day, and I was like, they were stressing about stuff. And while they were telling me, I was like, yo, and I was like, it's crazy because for me to understand the way you're stressing, I have to come out of my mind. No, I literally said that. I was like, the way you talk about all these things, I have to come out of my mind to understand what you're going through because I don't allow myself to get stressed like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for me to get you, because I was trying to explain, like, for me to function, I have to understand what's priority.
Yeah, facts.
So I was like, the things you're telling me, none of it is priority. So you're stressing over things that is not even going to help you move forward. You're telling me little things that I'm like, it's going over my head because like, that's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. And I'm like, yo, bro, you just got down to nothing. Like, you're stressing over nothing.
Yeah.
And if you tell somebody like, yo, you stressing over nothing,
how you gonna tell me?
Yeah, you're gonna tell me.
Yeah.
So now I have to really break it down to you. All right, what is that gonna do for you stressing? Can you change it? No. Can you fix it? No. All right, so forget that. Like, what is important right now?
Yeah.
And that's what you need to focus on.
I think that helps sustain this you know, I don't even know if it's a bubble. That's a drag. Yeah. But like it would like this. When we don't get upset a lot.
Yeah.
There's not many things that could really get to us. See, what I realized is, and this is why I was like, this is a test of my patience because nobody can test my patience like my wife. Who could get to me? Who could get, honestly, like,
that's a fact.
Who really could get to me outside of my wife?
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody.
Yeah.
No, I guarantee there's nobody on this earth. There's nothing nobody could do to me that will test my patience the way my wife tests my patience. Because she's the closest thing to me. Like, although I love my kids, my wife is we're connected. We're one till we move. So she's the only one that could affect me in that way. Everybody else, like even my kids, like, I mean, for the most part, it's like, yeah, my kids, like, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
My friends, I'm like, listen, whatever. You know, it is with it. But my wife, we're connected. So when I think about us being in a happy place, and sustaining, like, think about it, we had a lot of good things happening to us, you know. So I can see why she would lose focus. But at the same time, I don't let that be an excuse for relapses. Right?
Yeah.
That I don't allow that to be a hindrance. I mean, one thing that you have to remember too is your success could be your downfall too.
That's true. That's
right.
true.
So you have to.
That's true.
When good things happen, take it. Be grateful that you got the opportunity and move on. It's done. It's over with. There's no need to live in that moment. Because if anything, take what the principles or the things that you're doing in that moment that got you happy and just recycle them and then add it to another thing. So now multiple things are making you happy. It's like 7 streams of income, but 7 streams of happiness.
Exactly.
You know?
And you know what's one big secret that we have to really realize? Think about this. With happiness takes things happening, right?
Oh, happiness happen. You get that? Okay,
so
talk to that.
Now, how do we function when there's nothing happy going around?
So you're saying
there's nothing good happening going
you're talking
around.
About situations.
Yeah.
Oh, that's deep.
And I think why we're able to still function when things aren't going great.
You gonna tell him?
Yeah.
You gonna tell him?
Yeah.
Sure, don't tell him.
Because where does your joy come from?
The source. Oh, he walked on y'all.
Yo.
It is that.
Yes, your joy comes from the Lord.
Dang.
The maker of the heavens and the earth.
That's
a scripture.
Fact, man.
So what that means, let me break down joy and happiness for y'all. Joy is even when things aren't going good, you're good because you know it's going to be okay. With happiness, it's like I can only be happy when things are going good. So if I have joy, which comes from within, which God gives me, because Bible says no man can take that. So for you to take that from me, I have to allow you. I have to give you that energy.
Preach.
Preach. That joy is in me. So even, and I said to somebody, even when situation with my wife where we had C-section, then we had complications after, I was in pain. There was nothing happy going on. When watching her going through such a hard time in her life, almost losing her life, I wasn't happy, but I still had joy. And that's why I wasn't able to stress out and go crazy. I was like, yo, this is wild. I'm in a terrible place right now, but I know it's going to be okay. Because I know God lives in me and I have joy. So a lot of people is searching for happiness. That's cool. You can have happiness in certain areas, but what you ultimately need is joy.
So are you saying that happiness has to do with physical things?
Yes.
And joy has to do with your connection with God?
Exactly.
Let me run it back. Are you saying that happiness has to do with physical things and joy has to do with your relationship with God?
Exactly. And that's why I'm able to not stress.
That's funny that you said that. Because I was stressed out. Not even stressed, but I was annoyed earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
So I went to the gym and I was listening to my pops, Miles Monroe. Go check him out if you get a chance. Dr. Miles Monroe. But he was explaining the mentality of it's your faith, right?
Yeah.
And how if you have faith in God as the source, not the things that he does for you, that's when you'll receive joy. So it's not really about the ability to receive money or cars or these physical intangible things, or if that's what you want to call it, they call them intangibles.
Exactly.
Right? It's really the fact of knowing that you're in love with the creator. The creator, like knowing that he is the one that supplies all of those things. So why would I love the thing instead of the creator?
Exactly.
And what happens is the repercussions of that is you receive the joy.
Exactly.
Talk to him.
Because it's not saying things that stressful is not gonna come in your life. They're gonna come, but is it gonna consume you?
That's facts.
Like I can get upset, I can let things bother me, but how long am I gonna let it ruin my life?
Fact.
There's some people that stress literally ruins their life.
Oh my God.
And
they say, yo, I gotta go to the bar to get a drink.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, right?
Yeah. So now what you're doing, you're relying on the bar as your source. You've given up that kingdom seat.
Isn't that a 10 commandment? Thou shalt not put no other gods before thy.
And people don't look at it like that. You're running to something to find a solution, and that becomes your source. So what do you think? People have to realize everything starts with there's a root to it. Alcoholism comes from there's a seat in your heart, and you don't have a rightful place for it. So what you did when you was under stress, because you didn't have joy, alcohol sits in that seat now. Now, if you're someone that a female or a man that never got a specific kind of love in your life, now you put a relationship in that seat, and now you're a slave to that.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Idols, subconscious
idols,
slight adjustments that you don't realize.
Yeah.
And God is sitting there looking at you like,
what about
me?
I'm right here.
What are you doing?
I'm right here.
I created all of this.
Exactly.
This is me.
Exactly.
Yo, you know what's funny as you said that? Because remember I always tell you, like, I'm a drinker.
Yeah.
But I only drink I'll never drink if I'm in a bad mood.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I only will do like social events. Like,
exactly.
But it's not even like, all right, let me change that. It's not social events.
Yeah, not even.
It's not.
Yeah.
I have to be in my house. I have to be with people I trust. Like, if I'm at your house, my home. Exactly. I don't drink in public. But I think that's
even for my birthday when we went out, you didn't even drink. Yeah. Other people were drinking.
Yeah, because you didn't even drink. Because you know what it is? It's something about. All right, so I am aware of the mindset that happens when you drink, right? Being intoxicated.
Yeah.
For instance, right? Me, I don't really go into a dark place. You know how some people go into this dark place. Me, everything just gets even more funny. And then I get sleepy and I go to sleep.
Yeah.
But what I realized was when, you know how to say like substances bring out the real in people.
The real you.
I could see that. Yeah. Because if I was a dark person, when I was, or if I am intoxicated, that's what would come out.
Yeah.
But what I realized too now that you're saying it's like, but I never let it have a place in my life where it doesn't mean anything to me.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? Like it means nothing to me to say I don't feel like drinking.
Exactly.
Or it's not like something, you know, and they're like, oh, you gotta give up something. Like, give up drinking. I don't drink enough. For it to give it up. It'll be like, that's stupid. Like, you're not giving anything up. You're not sacrificing anything.
Yeah, it's not even a sacrifice.
So now that you're saying that people let certain things have seats in their lives, let me ask the viewers, what's sitting at your table?
Yeah, you got to ask yourself that, because that's the only way you'll be able to dig down to why I react in these situations. Why, when it comes to this, I get stuck here. There's a deeper place. What is your Lord? At the end of the day, what is your Lord?
Yo, you good? Yo, you good?
I'm all weird person, man.
Yo, you good? Yo, run that back. Hold on, y'all. I know y'all like running back, songs. Run that back.
Nah, because it's like, what is your Lord? At the end of the day, shout out to I was talking the same talk. We was talking the other day. He was like, yo, at the end of the day, you have a Lord in your life.
Facts.
Is either God or whatever you're surrounding or whatever you choose.
Satan.
Facts. You have a Lord. You know what I'm saying? So, because like even the Bible says, either you with me or you not.
Yeah, simple. You either with me or you're against me.
Yeah.
So you know what? Let's actually explain that. So, so Lord, people don't understand.
Talk that kingdom.
Lord is not even. You know,
I knew it was coming.
Lord isn't even a religious term.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Lord is somebody who owns the land. Right. So let's think about it like this. Right. You have your landlord. You pay rent to them. Right.
Yeah.
So if you're asking who is your Lord, basically what you're asking, who owns this property?
Facts.
Who runs this property?
That's a fact.
So when you go, God is my Lord, that means that he runs this property. I'm his property. That means my mind is his property, my body's his property, my thoughts, my words, everything about me is his property. This is why to profess that, it's so crucial to your mental state, because the minute you proclaim that, now it's letting it be known who runs your life.
Facts.
Who's running your life? Because now you have to really think about it. if you're saying I want to be happy,
Mm-hmm.
but you're not going to the manufacturer who created you, how could you say I want to be happy, right? Or in other words, I want joy. A lot of people say the joy in the aspect of like they think it's a moment, but realistically, now that you said it like that, joy is actually a mental state.
Exactly.
It's a mental state connected with God. So when you say I have joy, it has nothing to do with anything I have. When you say God is my Lord, it has nothing to do with the surroundings. It has to do with my physical body.
Exactly.
Who's my Lord? Who runs my life? Who rules over me? Who do I pay rent to? Who do I pay my rent to? Who am I?
Deep.
Who do I pay my rent to?
That's deep.
Right? Am I cashing in on Hennessy? Am I cashing in? I've been seeing a lot of like these little weed bags. They got different flavors and stuff. They all fancy. I'm like, dang, they cashing in to their Lord.
Facts.
That weed bag, that's your Lord.
If you say I'm stressed, man, I gotta go. I gotta
smoke.
Drink. I gotta go smoke.
That's your Lord.
You just made that your Lord.
Wow, that's real.
And that's why you're able to go through situations in your marriage because you have joy within your marriage. So it's easy for you to say.
It is.
Know what I mean?
It is.
You have real joy in your marriage. So it's easy to say, yo, it's my fault. If y'all only operated on happiness, you would be part of that 50% that always gets divorced.
Facts.
Because they're looking for happiness.
They're looking for happiness.
The minute they're not happy, I'm out.
True. They're not seeking joy.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
That's deep.
Exactly. I guarantee you. And if you go to 90% of divorces, what happened? We
fell out.
Yeah, we just fell out.
We fell out. We're not happy anymore.
We're not happy anymore.
We're not happy.
Exactly. I'm not happy in this marriage.
Why?
You're not happy. You didn't have joy. That's why.
Not to mention, you weren't supposed to be happy anyway. No. You were supposed to be joyous in your marriage.
Exactly. Blissfulness.
Oh my goodness.
Come on.
Yo, listen.
Come on.
You know what though?
Yeah.
Now that I'm really thinking about I can't get over this Lord concept because you have to remember, Lord is a kingdom concept, right? So let me give you a little more background on this, right? So the Lords govern the land, and then you'll have the owner of the land. So the Lord isn't technically, he owns the portion, right? So there's a portion of the land that the Lord owns. He governs this part. But then you have the owner. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Who owns, so you, like the best way to put it, you'll have Nassau County, right? And then you'll have the Lord of Uniondale, right? But who owns Nassau County? That's who I need to subscribe to. Yeah. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, so if God is saying that he wants to be your Lord, that means he's saying, guess what? That little section, I own that. Yeah. You see that other section over there? I own that. Yeah. And then you can go, hold on a second. You own everything. Facts. You're the Lord of everything. Facts. It's not a section. Yeah. No. You're the Lord of everything.
Yeah. And that's what I mean when you say God governs my heart. It's like I'm giving him that. I'm allowing him in me. So now, once my eyes open, that like, okay, I'm governed by God. Then you realize, wait, all of this is his.
And I'm his son.
So I'm like, oh, why am I stressing?
And I'm his son. Oh, nah. Stressing about what?
Like I'm supposed to be. I'm royalty.
I'm supreme royalty.
I'm royalty. What? Who? What?
You don't know who I am?
What?
You gotta start asking me. Yeah. Do you know who I am? All right, let me tell you who my father is. Hold on. Let me break it down to you real quick. Let me tell you who my father is because
think about it. In the kingdom, the kids, they don't worry about nothing.
Nothing.
They don't even put their own clothes on. So you mean to tell me my God, which is king of that king of the king of kings. King of kings.
That's why he said it.
Yo, that's why he said that.
The king of kings. Like I'm the king above all kings. Like there are gonna be other kings, but I'm their king. I run them. Right? Bro. I run this. This is me. Right? Bro. That's real. Nah. You talking about happiness to know that? Yeah. I mean, what more? What else do you need to know? The problem is, and this is where people misinterpret it.
Yeah.
And I think this is where I get into my back and forth with the whole church and Christianity and preaching, because they'll preach this, but then they won't explain, but how do you prove?
Yeah, they don't deep dive into it.
Who prove and explain how people can identify and get into this kingdom?
Yeah.
Well, first they say, okay, you have to be saved. Okay, cool. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm all in.
First step.
Right? You have to get saved. So you have to acknowledge God as your Lord.
Exactly.
So that way now you are able to operate in the kingdom.
Exactly.
Now the question is, how do you operate in the kingdom? Because that's going to bring joy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So for me, you know, I'm a law-abiding citizen.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Following the principle.
That's a fact.
I don't have no idols before God.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't put nothing before him. I don't even put my wife before him.
Yeah. That's a fact.
He is before everything.
That's a fact.
Shouts out to your shirt.
Yeah.
He's before everything. Right? So within that allows me to function in Kayla, what she called
the
our bubble.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's not a bubble.
Our God bubble.
Yeah, our God's bubble. Right? And truth of the matter is, I don't think people realize your obedience to his laws is actually sent to protect you.
Exactly.
It keeps your peace and it gives you joy.
Yeah.
So the best way to put it is like this, right? If I'm driving, right, and it says 40 miles an hour, and then there's a red light, and there's a red light camera, and there's a cop right here, right, and I see all of it, and I'm driving, and I'm going 90, right? I'm finishing this light. Yeah. I'm like, I don't care what goes on, and I blast the light.
Yeah.
Now my body goes into this weird shock. Oh shoot!
Oh yeah.
The cops around.
Oh
man! Right.
Yeah.
So you lost your peace because you disobeyed the law. But if you would have been going your little 30 miles an hour, stopping at the red light, breathing, singing, hallelujah, I'm free, right?
Facts.
You would have stopped at the red light.
Yeah.
Been chilling.
Wow.
But because you violated the law, you automatically weren't in right standing, so you were paranoid. And through your paranoia, you lost your peace. And eventually, you do that enough times, you're gonna lose your joy. No, what I'm saying?
Nah, that's deep because that plays all around.
Yeah, that's across the board.
Because like, even if you're not living this life that the bubble, we're just gonna call it the bubble. Even if you're not living this bubble life, you know when you messed up.
Facts.
As a little kid. Like my son will do something, and as soon as I come in the room, he'll run.
Be out.
Why are you running? Like you scared? Because you knew already. I didn't even have to tell you. So for you to say, because we give a lot of leeway to say, like sometimes you just don't know when you get. You know what you're doing that's wrong.
You know.
And when you get caught, you try to play it up like you always go back to cheating. Like if a dude cheat. You're upset because you got caught. That's why you're really upset. So don't be like, I ain't even.
You violated. You went through my phone. You went through my phone. That's your word. You went through my phone.
Upset about that?
You went through my phone. You violated my trust.
Yeah, you don't respect me. You don't respect me. You went through my phone, but you got caught. If I didn't go through your phone, I wouldn't have known. So good thing I did go through your phone.
You liar. You cheater. You cheater, you lying.
Oh my God.
So look, this is a good way to put it, right? Here you go. I got another one for you. When your wife goes through your phone, are you nervous?
No. I'm like, peace never leaves because I'm not violating.
Are you saying you're not violating your wife?
Not at all. So that's why I have peace.
At all times?
All times.
All times.
All time. I don't have to worry about it sounds weird. It sounds like
we capping.
Yeah.
But I'm not.
Nah, like I'm not gonna let anything get me to that point where I will just fall. I will not and I can say that because I've been through some things that a normal person would have cracked under.
Facts. That pressure build.
Diamond. So that's when you know it's real. Like when you've been through that, it's like, oh nah, God really lives in me.
Not facts.
Like
I'm built for that.
Have joy.
I'm built for that.
Facts.
Not like you start talking like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes people be talking about you're not even built like that.
Yeah.
I be really meaning that.
Yeah.
Once again,
Yeah.
me saying this, everybody always think I'm joking.
Nah, that's a fact.
I don't be
That's
joking. Like, you're
that's
not really built like that. But listen.
Yeah.
So this is one thing I used to tell everybody, right? Remember, I had Cam very young.
Yeah.
So people would always ask me, like, yo, what is it like not being with Cam's mom? And I used to be like, it's like this and this. But you're not built for that. So don't even go down.
always tell people.
I'm like, you're not built for that. Don't cross those thresholds. And I used to say that because I knew the level of commitment that I had to God. And I knew what because this is the thing. He didn't put me in that situation. Yeah. And I say that because I'm a big person of accountability, right? Not saying that God's not in control of things, but I feel like this. Situations have inherent consequences. Yeah. Both positive and negative. Yeah. God is not sitting at the top of the throne looking down like, as soon as you do that, I'm gonna do this to you. Yeah. He's not doing that. Yeah. The consequence was already built in. So for him, he's looking down like, I hope that you use your decisions wisely. I hope you use me to govern your decisions so that way you don't have to reap these consequences. Wow. Because ultimately, that's where the problem lies. Your decisions. The decisions is very simple. There's an inherent consequence in every decision. Yeah. Right? I can prove it. If you don't brush your teeth, your breath stinks. You're hot, boy. Okay? If you don't put deodorant, you smell like garbage. Stink, boy. If you don't shower, you smell like piss. Washed up. Right? If you don't work out, you're frail. Hurt. If you eat too much, you're obese. Fat. Right? But if you diet, you're in good shape. Looking good. Right? If you shower, you smell good. Like flowers. If you brush your teeth, you don't mind talking to somebody's face. Cheese. You know what I'm saying? If you get a cut, I'm going to keep my joint on. Fresh. You know what I'm saying? Then you look good. So what I'm basically saying is that God isn't a punisher. Yeah. Right? Yeah. People have this interpretation of being a dark man. He's gonna if you don't listen to him, strike you with lightning and fire. Come down on these people. You put the lightning on yourself. No, exactly. Listen. Yeah. Every decision has inherent consequences, right? And through your decision making, you're either gonna choose peace or you're gonna choose chaos. You're either gonna choose happiness or you're gonna choose joy. Facts. It's not God choosing that for you. Yeah. There's something called free will. Right? Yeah. Let me tell you why it's called free will. Because it's free. You didn't earn it. He gave it to you. Exactly. It was something that he said, I trust you guys enough to make the right decision. So I'm going to leave this on you. All I'm going to do is create the environment that gives you the dominion rulership to make the right decisions. Yeah. So the more right decisions you make, the more peace you have, the more joy you have. It's not that hard. And you know what the crazy thing is? It's not that hard. I think ultimately with happiness, I'm going to say this. You cannot fully provide happiness for yourself. True. That's true. Here's how I say this. I agree. I know where you're going with this, but yeah, go. How many millionaires have committed suicide that have had everything? And they're always missing something. When you don't have God, there'll always be a hole there. It's almost like God created you with a spot specifically for him, and you can either choose if you're gonna fill it with him or not. True. Because it's like people stress about money and all these things, but there are people that have all these things and they're still not ultimately happy. Or they don't have joy. They don't have joy because they may be like, yo, I'm happy. I've had all these things, but I'm missing something. You don't have real joy. And that's the thing that you have to understand. People be like, yo, I'm going to just go out. I'm going to be happy. You're still going to miss something. I don't care how high you get in the ranks and whatever field you in, facts, whatever, how much money you make. Facts. Like I was saying this other day, like where we are right now, we have joy. Yeah. God would allow people like us to become millionaires because he knows we're not going to change and he knows the good that we're going to do with the money. Facts. So that's why I can say, I'm going to be a millionaire. Yeah. I know that. We're going to be rich. Yeah, that's a normal thing. Because the only thing that's going to happen is we're going to further enhance our work for the Lord. Simple.
So why wouldn't we be successful?
I got one better for you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Let me take away that part of it as far as the success of money.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Understand that the reason why we're going to be successful is because even if we didn't get all of that,
Exactly.
he would still be our Lord.
Exactly.
He would still be the homie.
Exactly.
Like if I didn't progress anymore,
yeah,
and I stopped right here,
yeah,
and nothing else went well in my life, I wouldn't turn my back on him.
Facts. I'd be good. I'd
be like, yo, you did it more than enough.
Yeah, more than enough.
Right now.
Facts.
For me to be like,
Facts.
You know what?
That's why it's hard for me to really just be upset. It's
you
like,
did
nah,
your thing, Pops.
Nah, I'm good.
I think what happens too is people don't, their mental state, it's so driven by, culturalistic perspective. And I got a great compliment from a close friend of mine. He told me, he said, yo, James's principles and his morals is his culture. That was the greatest compliment I've ever received in my life.
That's fire.
In my life.
That's fire.
He said, you got to understand, his morals is his culture.
Yeah.
Right? So remember, your culture is what? That's your way of life. That's the way you live.
Yeah.
Right? And I texted him later on, and I said to him, I said, yo, that was the greatest comment I've ever received from any person. I said, because you have to understand, as God's child, my goal is very simple. I want to be holy.
Yeah.
Right. And people look at holy as this term of whatever they want to view. But I'm just going to tell you, holy just means one.
Yeah.
That means your actions are aligned with your thoughts. Are aligned with the way you think and act. You're just the one. There's no,
you're just set apart from everything else that's against that.
Yes. And you don't, it's almost like this. Your word is basically your bond to the highest power. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
Right. You don't. There is no, I hate to say it like that, but there's no bipolar attitude. Like you don't go in volumes. You're very consistent. And the reason why we address God as holy is because he is one with his word.
Yeah.
Right. And within him being one with his word, you can trust him. So think about it. If somebody says that your morals is your culture, that's the highest form of trust that anybody could have, because that means that what I'm telling you is what it is.
Is what it is.
Right. And then I always think about, what did God say? I forgot to do his name. When he said, who are you? He said, I am who I am.
Oh, when I think it was Moses. When he was, it might have been Moses. What if they asked me, who are you?
Yeah.
Say, I am that I am.
That I am. And it's like, hold on, what does that mean?
Like, I am.
So I know. Hold on. I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. Right. So shouts out to Dr. Miles Rowe. He explained this. The reason why he said that was because God will be what you need him to be when you need him to be it.
Come on.
All the time.
Come on.
Right. And he can do that because at the end of the day, he is the source.
Wow.
And the creator. So when he said, I am, that means that I am whatever you need me to be when you need me to be. That's why Moses went to the Pharaoh with so much confidence. Because he said, my God, my Lord, he is everything that I need him to be when I need him to be it. And I don't have to second guess that. But let me ask you a question. Why don't you second guess that? I got it. Because he's holy. His word is one. Wow. This is why when he says, I am what I am.
Wow.
It's because he's holy that you believe it. And what does he say? His word will never perish, ever. So I'll give it to you like this, right? Ultimately, it becomes down to this.
Wow.
He would never, right? So this thing, free will. I think about free will all the time because I'm a big decision person, right? If you always ask me, anybody ask me, I'm like, look, I might not believe in all this religious stuff, but I know for a fact God created decisions, and in his justification through decision, he put consequence, he put positive and negative.
Yeah,
I believe that wholeheartedly. So when I adopted that ideology and really took on that philosophy, I started to realize that life isn't that complicated.
No, it's not. It's really not.
It's very simple.
Yeah.
I think people make it complicated. And if God wasn't a holy God, right? If he wasn't one with his word, then when we violated free will, right, by going against what he tells us to do, he would have took it back.
That's a fact.
But why didn't he take it back? Because then we would say, God, you said that you gave us.
Yeah.
And then it would make him a what? A liar. And
he can't
and
be
he
that.
can't lie. He can't lie.
Boy.
You see what I'm saying?
And even the fact in the Bible it says, God says, I'm not the author of confusion. Like, I'm not trying to confuse you.
No, this isn't spooky. This isn't
I'm not trying to confuse you.
This is not trying to be that. It's simple. It's simple. I'm one with my word, right? So ultimately, when we're talking about happiness, right, we're saying don't seek happiness, seek joy.
Yes.
Joy.
Joy outlasts happiness.
Joy is the root of your healthy mentality. That's like the substance that flows through your body that you don't realize. Like, why am I in such a good mood? Nothing even happened.
Nothing happened.
I just woke up. I'm
like
good.
When you got joy, it's like, yo, I really woke up today. Yo, that's crazy.
I love breathing his air.
It's like, could you say like happiness is just a fruit of joy?
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Like, it's just the fruit of joy.
It could be the consequence of joy. I could see God saying, if you have joy, happiness is to follow. Because within your joy, you're gonna live a certain lifestyle. And through your lifestyle, yes, you'll receive things, but you'll never put those things above me. And I think a lot of times people put materialistic things above God, and then they become their Lord.
They worship the happiness, the thing that happened. They just live in that moment. They never let it go.
Yep, I am so happy I got this house.
Meanwhile,
God's like,
now
I got
worship in the house.
And I have 55 houses for you, and you're worried about this one house.
Facts.
I got this nice car. That's great. I have 74 cars. Facts. Not to mention, I created everything that's in the car. In the road that it drives on, in the engine that turns it on, in the gasoline.
That's a fact.
And
that's
you know,
fact.
And you know those lights you use? Yeah, that's me. You know that daylight that you could see? Yeah, that's me.
Fact.
Right?
Yeah.
But people don't look at it like that.
They worship the thing, but not the thing giver.
Oh, they don't worship the giver. They worship the product. Instead of worshiping the manufacturer, they worship the product. If you want joy.
I remember you said people was asking you like, yo, you just drive this car like on the regular?
Oh.
Like, this is not like your special car. Like, you just
dude. That's back when I was doing Uber.
It's like you just drive this for this. Like, why would you drive this car? Like, it's just a car.
It's simply just a car.
It's just a car.
Really that simple. Like, and the crazy part is like to this day I still feel the same. And you know, I love cars.
Facts.
I'm a big car guy. You know what I'm saying? I love being like I love Benzes. That's like my thing.
We love them, John.
Right. But I just don't care enough to put a price.
I'm not gonna worship it.
Never.
I love it, but I'm not gonna worship it.
Like it's great. If anything, this is what I said. I'm so grateful God got me this car.
Facts.
I'm so grateful God got me this house. I'm so grateful God got me this wonderful wife and these beautiful kids and great friends. I'm so grateful God did this for me. Right. So the minute you do that, you don't put value on the people. You put value on the person and the creator who gave you those people in your life. So if you want joy, and you want to sustain joy, Enoch will let you know how to do it.
It's gonna be ups and downs through this process.
Facts.
But here's the key thing. And when I say this, I don't say it lightly. Like, this is embedded in my chest and even in my skin. Keep God before anything. Period.
Anything. And listen, at the end of the day, I'm a big decision person. All I care about is making the right decisions. Consistently. Consistently making the right decisions creates positive habits. Habits run the world and they create the currency of success. Right? That's not a biblical statement. That's just me just telling you logic. Right? Just keeping it a buck. So when you pursue perfection, I know everybody goes, but you can't be perfect. You can't. And I'm not saying you can't. Right? I'm not saying you can. I'm not saying you can't. You know, I'm not even gonna put. No, I'm not gonna listen. Because I do believe you can find perfection. Right? I do believe that. I believe me and my wife together. We have perfection. Right? I believe that union is a perfection. I believe my relationship with my kids is a perfection. Not in the aspect of I'm perfect, but the union is perfect. The relationship is perfect. And why is it perfect? Because my kids belong to God, and I gave them back. So anything that he touches is perfect.
One last thing on that perfection thing, I'm gonna hit you with. You're gonna be like, oh, I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, you got.
When Jesus said, "Be perfect, just as our Father in heaven is perfect," he did not say become perfect. He said, "Be perfect," and what that translates is strive for perfection. Come on, sons.
Come on, strive for perfection. On, so if you fall short, you'll still be excellent.
Come on, son.
All day. Listen. Happy holidays.
Oh yeah, facts. Happy holidays.
Enjoy your Thanksgiving. All that be grateful not for the food, but for the creator who gave it to you.
Facts.
Stop putting stop subconsciously putting things before God. You'll never receive joy like that.
Be conscious about it.
Be very conscious about it. Be very conscious about your decisions. Understand that God is not out to hurt you.
Facts.
Right? Facts. He's not out to hurt you. You just have to understand how he operates. He created things with both positive and negative. Facts. If you want to be on the positive side, do the right thing. If you want to be on the negative side, by all means, do it. At the end of the day, don't have nothing to do with us. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Yeah. Later. TBA, you're okay.